Hey, what's going on, everybody? Brandon here, B-Hub, ready to bring you a video for the top 10 legendaries as per request. Now, I'll admit, when I got the request for this video, it was top 5 legendaries, but that was way too hard, so I decided to do top 10, so you'll get a little more content in there. Now, hey, as I go through this video, I'm not going to touch on every single ability that each of these champions have to save us some time. I'm going to focus on what makes them ballers in the game. Now afterwards, after I've already laid out my case, comment below and let me know if you think that somebody should be on this list who wasn't, or if you think that somebody should be taken off of the list. We're all trying to figure out this game, so let's try and figure it out together. Now with that being said, let's get right into it today. Now what I'm going to do is the first 4 heroes that I give you are going to be like my 6 through 10. But not in a particular order. They're just going to be the people who I think are on the list, but kind of at the back of the list. And I'll tell you why as well. We'll start out with this girl first. Shinimani, Shirimani Williams, whatever this chick's name is. They make some of these characters' names hard to pronounce, so forgive me. Whatever her name is, this character is, I think, very strong in Arena. That is why she's actually kind of on the lower end of my list, because I'm sure she can do great in some dungeons. I'm sure she can solo farm and all those kind of things, but I think she's primarily an Arena all-star. This is why. Her A1 can freeze, her A2 can heal, which is great, but her A3 is bananas. This Ice Storm attacks all enemies and has an 80% chance of placing a freeze debuff, and then fills her turn meter by 10% for each enemy attacked. Now, if you look down here, you can see that she has the ability to upgrade this to a 100% chance to freeze. I cannot tell you how many times I have lost in Arena because she goes first, she AoEs my team, freezes all of them, fills her turn meter, and then her whole team gets to basically take 2 rounds and blast my team down. She is very, very strong, but I think she is mostly strong in Arena. Pretty good character. I'm not super sure how she performs in other areas, but I know that she's not really someone that you're going to bring to Clan Boss because freeze doesn't work there. So primarily Arena, kind of at the bottom of my list for that reason. Now the next hero is pretty similar to that because you guys know this guy. It's Saint Nick. I think he's worthy of being on a list, but because he's a solid hero, and again same kind of scenario. I'm sure he does great in dungeons. I'm sure he can solo farm kind of deal, but I think he's primarily an Arena hero that you're also not going to bring to Clan Boss very often if you have better champs. So his A1 is great. He has a coin flip of placing a freeze debuff, and it can't be resisted. Trust me, that has beat me many times. A2 is attacks all enemies, which is good, places a shield buff on all allies, and the value is equal to the damage dealt. So this is pretty good. You get a shield, shields are awesome, but this is awesome. Goodwill places an unkillable buff and a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies, and you can reduce that cooldown to 4 turns. This ability is great. I've also lost plenty of Arena matches because the whole other team was unkillable. That's just a pretty big wall to get through, and then on top of that, he keeps freezing me. So I think he's a very good hero. I'm sure he does okay in dungeons. I'm sure he does okay as a farmer. He really shines in Arena, but he's also, again, not someone who you're really going to bring to Clan Boss, I don't think. I don't think that he really has everything that you're looking for. I think he'd be okay, not great. Let's go to our next hero. We're going to go to Dark Elves. And we're going to check out Ray. Now Ray I have a little bit of bias on because she's one of my heroes, but I think she's pretty strong. Let me show you. She is a full-on AoE attacker, so every single ability hits every single person. So attacks all enemies, chance of a decreased defense, pretty okay. Attacks all enemies, inflicts 50% more against targets under debuffs, pretty solid, but Banish is amazing. Attacks all enemies, removes all buffs from all enemies, and has a 50% chance to freeze them, possibly a 70% chance to freeze them. She is very, very strong for that reason. I can bring her to Arena, and she's why I don't worry about a lot of teams. Counterattack teams don't bother me. The guy who places the block damage buff on everybody doesn't really bother me. I just let my Rey kind of do her thing. Whenever they throw up their buffs, I just remove all of the buffs off of them. It's a very strong ability to have. She works wonders in dungeons, mostly for this right here, because her aura increases ally speed in dungeons by 33%. So she is increasing that speed. The speed auras are what you want, like 90% of the time. So she is amazing there, and she just burns everything in her path. She's a great solo farmer because she can go very fast by just destroying all the teams, and she's amazing in Spider. So I think she's an all-around pretty great hero. But again, I'm a little biased on her because I have her. But that's her. So that's Rey. On to our next hero. Go to our Undead Hordes. This guy's on the list. We're going to be bringing to you live right here your bucktooth, half elf, half vampire, whatever this guy is. Kind of, you know, shirtless, wannabe rock star looking dude. Nethril. He's okay. Here's why. I think he does great damage on Clan Boss. He's really strong there. Attacks one enemy 3 times. You can level this up to make this a 50% chance of placing the poison, which means his A1 has potential to do 3 poisons in 1 hit. That is really strong. This is some pretty good Clan Boss material. I'm sure you can pair him with a counterattack hero, and he can just continuously apply poison debuff. So I think he is great on the Clan Boss team. He's also very good in Arena, is because of his other 2 abilities. Right here, attacks all enemies. If you level this up, a 75% chance of placing a stun debuff on all enemies for 1 turn, which is awesome. Again, just like the freeze, he has hit me and stunned me and just wrecked my team because of that. And hey, if he doesn't stun, well, don't you worry. He'll just put a decreased speed buff on you, so his team gets to go more. And if that's not enough, this Bat Swarm attacks all enemies and decreases the turn meter by 75%. I think he is very solid in a lot of places. He's at the bottom of my list, mostly because I'm kind of unsure about how well he actually performs. I know that he does good in Arena because he can beat me from time to time, although he's not one of the ones I'm hugely scared about. And I hear that he does great in Clan Boss, although I would like to see some numbers. So you guys tell me, what do you think? How good is he? Because on paper, he sounds pretty solid. Let's go. We got what is next? All right, so what is next is a guy who I honestly think that people kind of sleep on. All right, people are sleeping on this dude. I think that he's solid. I want to see more of him. He is Longbeard. Look at that dude. He looks like he can kill anything, and I think that he has the potential to do just that. His A1 can go through shields and block damage, which is pretty solid in a couple of places. Magic Keep and Arena, pretty good. His A2 is a weaken that can be reduced to a 2-turn cooldown. This is awesome. You bring him to Clan Boss, he can keep weakening up, I'm sure, for plenty of the game. That's great. I would love to replace my Aethel on my team with Longbeard. I can't fathom the amount of damage I would do with the Longbeard on my Clan Boss team right now, because that weekend is what I would replace for. Also, Horde's Fury. This is what makes him spectacular. This dude, I'm telling you, this is why people are sleeping on Longbeard. Attacks 1 enemy with 4 allies, so the whole team comes in. Increases the damage inflicted of allies by 20%, so they come in, whole squad, do more damage. Amazing. Now this has so many applications. 1, on Clan Boss, your whole team gets another round of attacking. And if you're doing Clan Boss right, a lot of your guys have A1s that apply debuffs, which means you're just you're getting more debuffs on there, and you're getting a whole nother round in, more Giant Slayer, more War Master. Amazing. But I also think he's really good in Arena, because your strategy is going to be focused. What one hero on the other team do you just not want to deal with? Because he comes in and you just pick that hero, you pick Horde's Fury, and your team will blast the other hero down. If him and 3 other heroes attack one person, it's probably going to die or be very weakened by that. Very strong. And if you're in a dungeon or if you're in arena and you have a champion that has an AoE attack, attacks all enemies on their A1, they just get to attack all enemies right out the gate. I'm telling you, Longbeard, check him out. I think he is a great, great hero. I wish that I had him. I would be very excited if I did. Alright, so let's keep moving on. The next guy, again, I haven't really had the pleasure of seeing him in action, which I want to. So this is a guy who I want you to tell me what you think. Have you seen anybody use him super well? And look at this guy. He is literally the older brother of Varast. They look the exact same pretty much. So check it out. His name is Warlord. He's a Void legendary, so he's pretty hard to get. Let me show you why I think that he is going to be pretty awesome. So I've heard a lot about this A1 Bludgeon. Attack one enemy, 25% chance. You can upgrade that to 40% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs on a target by 1 turn. So you bring this dude to clan boss. You load up the clan boss with poisons, HP burn, all your other debuffs, and you hit with him on his A1, and he just keeps them on the clan boss. That is, could you imagine having a clan boss that was just fully poisoned and HP burned the whole fight? That is pretty sick. And I hear that people have been using him and really cranking out some damage with him. But I want to see the numbers myself. So man, if you have any stats or statistics on him, send them my way. I would love to see him. His other 2 abilities are also solid. This one is phenomenal. I'm sure this makes him great in a lot of different places, which makes him pretty versatile. Places a block debuff, so that's awesome. No debuffs for your team. Places a shield buff equal to this champion's max HP, which he will have a ton, and you heal as well. So he blocks debuff, shields, and heals. That's the trifecta. That is amazing. Solid, solid ability. Now look at this guy. This is the Orcish Rituals. Attacks all enemies, 70% chance, possible 100% chance to put each target's skills on cooldown. So no cooldown abilities for your opponent. That's phenomenal. And a 30% chance to fully deplete each target's turn meter. Ouch. That is strong. If you can get him to go first, I think he has so much potential to just decimate another team. Let me know how that works, though. I want to see it in action, but I think this guy has a lot of potential. Warlord coming at you. Keep an eye out for him. All right, now we're kind of going to be moving up in our list, and we're going to be tackling the ones who I think are going to be even stronger. So the next one, Demon Spawn right here, Prince Kymar. You've seen him if you're in Gold 4 Arena, because he's there all the time, because he's fantastic. His A1, not really a lot to write home about. Attacks all enemies, places a poison, pretty okay. Abyssal Gaze, this is really good. Attacks all enemies. Now it does remove all buffs, but that's fine. You're not really worried about that. Places a sleep debuff for 1 turn. Now sleep can be pretty solid. It can be a pretty good ability. Now they can wake up from the sleep if you hit them hard enough. But I think this is still really good. Anytime you can just maybe get an extra turn in, solid. And this is what makes him insane. Right here. Now this is on a long cooldown, but don't worry about that, because it's good enough to just cast once and you to win the game. Resets the cooldown of all ally skills. One more time. Resets the cooldown of all ally skills. Not decreases it by 1. No, it just resets the whole cooldown of everybody. And it fills the turn meter of all of your allies except him by 20%. That is fantastic. You want to structure a team where your team goes first, and on your team he goes last. Your team uses all their crazy abilities, and then he resets them, and then you crush again. Amazing. Also, right here, this is the aura that is very coveted in Arena. Speed is king all over the place, and to get a 30% boost in Arena is amazing. So you want him as your leader. You want that aura on the team. Now I also think he can do great in dungeons and great in especially Spider, because he attacks all enemies here and he attacks all enemies here. Very strong. Highly recommend. Check him out. I think he's going to be great. Prince Kymar. Very, very solid hero. Now we're going to be moving up a little bit. Going to just keep moving on to what I think is good. Right here, this girl, Venus. Venus is pretty strong because all of her abilities you bring to Clan Boss. Her A1, attack 2 times, a possible 2 poisons. Pretty strong. A2, attack all enemies, opportunity of placing, you can level this up to 100% opportunity of placing both of these debuffs. That is awesome. These are 2 of the debuffs that you want on Clan Boss. If you have a hero, especially a Void hero that you can bring to Clan Boss, who will be good no matter what affinity he changes to, who can place poisons, who can place decreased defense, weaken, and to make it even better, her A3 places HP burn. So this is so many of the debuffs that you want to bring to Clan Boss on one hero who is Void, who is amazing. I think that she is going to be a solid hero. Now the reason I value these Clan Boss heroes a little bit higher is because the ultimate chest is the most precious commodity in the game. I think getting the ultimate chest every day is what will really help push you forward. You get a lot of resources there that you're not going to get anywhere else. So yes, I value that higher than almost anything else. But so yes, I think Venus is incredibly solid. We'll see, that should only leave us with 2 more heroes, which means that these last 2 heroes are going to be the ones that I think are the absolute best. Let's hop into them, and I'm not sure which one is better, but Martyr. I think Martyr is fantastic, absolutely amazing, and I'm not just saying that because I have her, but I am also saying that because I have her, I use her, I see what she does. I use Martyr everywhere. There is no place in the game that she is not amazing. I'll show you why. A1, decreased defense on a stick. I bring her to Clan Boss, she hits him, decreased defense all the time. That's awesome. A2 is what makes her insane. Counterattack on the whole team. Any hero that puts counterattack on the whole team is awesome. But not only does she counterattack, she also places this increased defense, which helps you last longer in Clan Boss. So that's amazing. Then she places decreased attack, which is the other big buff that you want on Clan Boss. Now, I use Tyrell in Clan Boss, so he's the one who keeps up the decreased attack. But if he ever fails to keep it up, this is kind of like my get out of jail free card, and I hit suppression, and she's able to keep it up. No worries, no questions asked. Pretty awesome. The 2 of them make a really great pair because they can alternate between decreased defense and decreased attack. That's great. Counterattack makes her amazing in literally every single place in this game. Amazing in arena, amazing in all dungeons because you literally rock counterattack, you give her counterattack, and your whole team just wrecks stuff. It wrecks Spider, it wrecks everything. She is amazing. Now the other thing that's really great is in arena, suppression uses provoke. Provoke is an arena monster because you hit the opposing team and then anyone who gets provoked has to use their A1 to attack whoever provoked them. So she will decrease their attack and provoke them. So the whole team gets disrupted, they don't get to do what they're intended to do, and you get to burn them down. She basically wastes an entire team's turn. So strong. She's good everywhere. Martyr, I'm saying maybe my top 2. She's so good. Now the other hero who's top 2, you guys probably won't be super surprised. It's your boy Bad L. Because, come on, he's great. He's the best healer in the game. Wish I had him. This is amazing. Attacks all enemies, so that's super strong. Attacks all enemies on the A1. That makes him very dangerous in a lot of different places. You want him in Spider, you want him in dungeons, you want him in arena, and you'll want him in Clan Boss as well because of his other abilities. Look at this. Attacks all enemies, and then he heals by 20% of the damage. That's awesome. That means the more damage he does, the more he heals. Yes, I love that combination. Can I have more of that, please? So fantastic. A2, awesome. Removes all debuffs. which means he can save your arena team. It means he can remove the stun off anybody who you don't want stunned in Clan Boss. Then he places 2 continuous heal buffs, so your team is constantly healing, and 2 poison debuffs, which is great for Clan Boss. You level this up, that's a 3-turn cooldown. Awesome. And then finally his passive inflicts 15% more damage against targets under poison debuffs. So good. So good. That's my lineup. That is who I think are the best legendaries in the game. Hey, let me know what you think. I want to have this discussion. I want to figure it out. I want to get better at this. So let me know. And if this helped you in any way, if you liked the content, I will always accept a like and subscribe. I thank you guys so much for watching and being patient through this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, peace out.